Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It is so good to see you here again, and if you are new, my name is Faye, I am 4'9" and I love making kind of YouTube videos about petite styling and petite fashion, but from the perspective of somebody who is like extra petite, who is under 5 foot tall and often struggles to kind of find clothes that fit them or look good on them. So if that is something that sounds like you, if you can relate to that, then please do consider subscribing and coming on this journey with me. And if you like this video, then please do give me a little like down below because it really helps me out. So the reason that I'm doing this video today is because, straight up, I'm gonna be honest, I saw this pair of tights by Hedoine advertised on Instagram. Now, I'm not usually the one to kind of buy things that I've seen advertised on Instagram, but honestly, the idea of biodegradable tights really stood out to me, particularly from like a sustainability perspective. I think the tights are really kind of the poster child, this symbol of like throwaway, non-sustainable fashion. And I think that's because, one, they're made out of synthetic fibers, and also I feel like everyone's had an experience where they bought a pair of tights, and even like good quality tights, even expensive ones, they'll ladder, they'll get a hole in them, they'll snag at some point, and you'll have to throw them out. And there's nothing you can really do with tights once they've got a hole in them. You kind of have to throw them away. So they definitely get a bad rep in the kind of sustainable fashion, this sustainable fashion world. And I think where there's been kind of a shift toward more sustainable processes, more environmentally friendly materials in the fashion world. For example, the shift away that we're seeing now from like real leather to more environmentally friendly alternatives such as apple leather. I feel like things like tights that are made and composed of synthetic fibers, they kind of haven't had that same shift. I don't think anyone's really found a way to make tights sustainable. So when I saw that they were biodegradable, I'm gonna be honest, I was so curious and just also a little bit skeptical as to whether they were truly biodegradable and also whether they'd be good quality. So I will be doing a try on and I'll be kind of like testing them out. But first of all, I wanted to go into a little bit more detail about the brand itself and also the kind of concept of the biodegradable tights. So if you're not interested in all that and you just want to see whether they fit and what I think of them, then I'll put like little timestamps so you can skip. But first of all, I just wanted to give you like a little overview of the brand and the actual tights themselves. So first of all, I just wanted to give like a really quick overview of the actual brand Hedoine, because I had never heard of them before they were kind of advertised on Instagram. And basically Hedoine are a relatively new brand. I think they were established in 2017, and from their website they seem to be very focused on producing kind of sustainable and eco-friendly hosiery, so things like tights and leggings. And just to give you a little bit of an idea of their like mission statement, I'm just going to read off their website because it's just so much easier. So first of all, a good sign, they have a sustainability tab at the very top. So next to shop and like their story, they have sustainability. So that's always good to see. I like to see it up front. And under their values, it says values, saying it like it is. They are a greenwashing free zone. Always good, because I feel like some brands that kind of push the sustainability aspect, a lot of the time they're just kind of greenwashing and they are very sketchy and vague about the actual details of their processes. So that is good to see. They have a shared vision to elevate Hedoines. I think that's just like a word for like their consumer. But yeah, I guess it's like a brand marketing technique. And they're committed to high quality, long lasting products, and they are authentic, honest and real. So those are kind of their values that they've put up front. And in terms of their kind of environment, they are producing responsibly, up to 99.98% less water usage, 100% vegan kind of materials tested on people, not animals. They use 100% recycled packaging, and also they are OEKO-TEK certified standard 100. So I will go on like a little tangent and just explain what OEKO-TEK is, because I myself only kind of discovered it like not too long ago, so I'll give a little bit of an explainer about what that is. But just to give you like an overview of their website, it seems that they are kind of putting their sustainability credentials like right at the beginning. Just to go into a little bit more detail as well about the kind of water usage, it says on the website that their innovative batch dyeing system used for their opaque tights collection means that only 50 millilitres of water is used to produce each pair of tights, and that is 99.98% less than average. So already they kind of have the facts and figures to kind of back up their claims. But what I will say is also, this is 100% not like an endorsement of any kind. I can't like independently like verify all of these claims. And also I did check whether they were on Good On You, the app that kind of indexes brands and kind of rates them on their sustainability and ethical processes, but they aren't there yet. So perhaps it's because they're quite a new brand and they're not that big. But this is just all that I'm going on from their website. So I can't independently check whether this is all true and I can verify it. But one thing I will say is that they are OEKO-TEK certified. And what that means, OEKO-TEK is basically, I guess, a group of institutes. And I think I'll just read off their website actually, because it's probably easier to explain. OEKO-TEK consists of 18 independent institutes in Europe and Japan. Together, they are continuously developing test methods and limit values for the textile and leather industry, providing important boosts for innovation and thus making a significant contribution to the development of high quality products. So essentially, OEKO-TEK is kind of a way of certifying a garment or an item to show that it is kind of produced to their standards they have listed, basically. So just to kind of briefly explain what Standard 100 is, I'm just going to again read off the actual definition. If a textile article carries the Standard 100 label, you can be certain that every component of this article, i.e. every thread, button and other accessories, has been tested for harmful substances and that the article therefore is harmless to human health. So again, all good things. These are all kind of good signs. The fact that they have a standard that is kind of independent and they are independently certified is obviously a good sign, but I myself cannot verify kind of any of the other claims that they make. I'm just literally reading off what they have on their website. So now on to the kind of deep dive into the biodegradable yarn, which was the kind of thing that really piqued my interest, and honestly was something that I was a little bit skeptical of to begin with. But to kind of go into a little bit more detail, these tights that are kind of biodegradable, they are not made of like 100% biodegradable yarn. So for example, they actually need a little bit of elastane in them, which is not biodegradable. And they also say that Hedoine bio tights are certified biodegradable. However, as a brand committed to transparency, we want to ensure that it's understood that 100% biodegradable yarn does not currently exist in the tights world. Tights yarns are made up of a combination of nylon and elastane, and whilst the nylon used in biodegradable tights does indeed degrade over 5 years, the elastane component, which is approximately 15%, takes longer to decompose via standard waste management processes. Also, something to be aware of is that many items that are listed as biodegradable, quite often you cannot just throw them away into like just in your normal waste. Like if you throw them away, don't think that it's just going to go into the ground and it's going to decompose, because in reality biodegradable items will often end up in landfill, and once they're in landfill they don't actually have the oxygen required to break down. So quite often biodegradable items are kind of just left in landfill and they don't decompose. So that is something to be very aware of. However, I think Hedoine also have a recycling program. So once you're finished with your tights, if you do kind of get a hole in them, I know that they're kind of marketed as being kind of higher quality. But you know, if you fall over and you graze your knee and you've got like a massive hole in your tights, then obviously you're gonna have to throw them away. And there is actually a recycling program on Hedoine where you can send them back and they will kind of dispose of them in the proper way. So into the kind of test, review, try on. First of all, they come in a very cute little box. This is recyclable, but it's also very kind of fancy and luxurious looking, so I might just keep that for keeping things in. But it's always good to see like recyclable packaging. And then the tights themselves just come in this little box, so I will take them out. And on first impressions, they do seem like, they look like an average pair of tights, but they have like a reinforced waistband, which I like because that kind of, I think a problem that I have with most tights is that they don't have any reinforcement around the waist. So sometimes they can like roll down, which can be really annoying. So it'll be interesting to see what this is like. And then I'm not sure if this is coming up on camera, but they seem to be, I guess, opaque. And then I'm seeing if there's any reinforcements in the foot. I don't think there is. Oh, there might be in the toe. Anyway, we'll try them on and I will show you. So onto the try on, which I'm not really sure how I'm going to do this, but we'll make it work. So first impressions is they're comfortable. They seem to, like the fabric feels quite nice. It feels quite thick. I'm not sure whether that's just because it's like a slightly higher denier than I'm used to. I think I've got a couple of pairs of tights that are like 15, 20, and they definitely have like a cheap tights feel, like they might disintegrate when you touch them. But first of all, this fabric seems quite thick and quite durable. It doesn't feel like it's going to snag on anything. And yeah, I quite like the colour as well. They're not too like opaque. So yeah, that's good. They have a little bit of reinforcement in the toe and like the heel area, but it doesn't really fill me with confidence. It's just, there's like a slight reinforcement, but it doesn't seem like too thick, if you know what I mean. Like some tights, they'll like really reinforce the toes so you don't kind of get holes there, but I'm not feeling too confident about my toes like not making a hole, so that's a little concern. But there is also, you can't see it here obviously, but there is like a really thick waistband as well. I'd say it comes from like up to my waist, up to about here. And that is actually really thick. Like it even feels like it's pulling me in slightly as well. And I like that because I feel like with cheaper tights that just don't have any reinforced waistband, they throughout the night will just like roll down and they'll kind of move around, and that is a real annoyance for me. It's really uncomfortable. So my first thought about this is that it's very comfortable. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it up slightly. Very comfortable, quite thick, and I don't feel like it's gonna like roll down in any way, so that's good. And then in terms of like the sizing and the fit, I'm gonna put like my stats on the screen. But basically I'm 4'9" and I'm also quite slim, so sometimes like tights can be like a little bit baggy or saggy, but these ones seem to like fit me in all the right places. They're not too long, they don't like sag anywhere, and yeah, I'm actually very much liking them. And just to give you like the full 360, and yeah, I think these would go really nicely with like an evening outfit if I was like going out in the town and I wanted to make sure that I didn't get any like holes or rips. I think these are very comfortable, and yeah, hopefully I can like test them out in the future and give you an update. But for now, yeah, I do like them. I think in order to give like a full review, like this isn't an endorsement anyway, this is just like a try on. I feel like in order to properly review them and endorse them, I'd have to wear them for like a few months, but for an initial try on, I don't hate them. They fit and they're comfortable, so yeah, there we go. That is my review, my first ever review. I hope that is helpful. I will kind of, I think I'm just gonna finish the video here as well. So yeah, that is kind of my first impressions of the biodegradable tights. I also forgot to mention, these tights are £30, so they are not for the faint-hearted. However, like I said, I would probably keep these as like a special occasion tights. So something, I wouldn't want to wear them every day, like, because I wouldn't want to kind of wash them too much. I wouldn't want to kind of risk like getting a tear in them, you know, like wearing them every day. I know they're kind of meant to be ladder resistant, but obviously if you fall over or if someone like bumps into you and you've got like a massive like scrape on your knee, then you're probably gonna get like a hole in your tights anyway. Like, tights are not indestructible. So I would probably keep these as maybe an evening pair of tights, something that I would just wear on special occasions. And I think if I just had like 1 or 2 pairs, it wouldn't be too steep. However, I think if you buy 1 pair, you can get like a discount on your first order, and then when they send them to you, they also give you like another discount as well, like a little voucher. So that's just something to be aware of. But yeah, I think as kind of expensive as they are, and I think some people will be like, there's no way I'm paying £30 for a pair of tights, and I completely 100% respect that. But I think as like a one-off pair, like having a good pair of tights, I think these are great. If there's any like developments, I will let you know, and in a few months I might even do like an update on how they've worn. So if you're not kind of sold yet, if you're worried that maybe they aren't as like ladder resistant as they claim to be, I think I might just do like a little update in a couple of months, maybe after the Christmas period, once I've worn them a few times, and I'll let you know. But if you're interested in them, I will put the link down below. And yeah, that is my review. That is my first thoughts on biodegradable tights. So if you enjoyed this video, if you liked it, if you found it helpful, then do let me know down in the comments, give me a little like, and I hope to see you in my next video.